everyone, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share with you the second order that I placed, which includes the new People's Bead, along with a few more things from the new Walk the Journey collection. I placed my order with Trollbeads at Partridge Creek Mall, and they have everything wrapped up so cutely. I love this new little bag that they have that has all these little stars, and box that everything's in matches perfectly with the blue tissue paper and the red ribbon. Let me go ahead and get everything out of the package so I can show that to you. So we have, again, one of those little brochures that says we are made of stories, and it kind of just talks about how Trollbeads started in 1976, and it kind of walks you through the whole process of how to kind of get started on a bracelet. So I always like these little things. I remember when I first discovered Trollbeads. I'm sure it had something similar. Like, I actually discovered them from an advertisement that was in the back of a magazine for Martha Stewart. So this is a little enclosure they provide. And as always, there are some candies and a handwritten card, which I'm going to read offline. And then there is my beautiful package. So let me see if I can, like this one, I think I'm gonna have to use scissors to get into. All right, so I got the ribbon off, and let's see if I can get into this package. All right, so let's see what is in this package. And here is a first look at everything I ordered, and you can see it mainly consists of silver beads this time around, along with one stone. So let me get everything off the ribbon so I can show you. And one thing I'm noticing, and I didn't see it before, how cute is this? They sent me a little purple mushroom in my package, and I am a purple girl, so I love this little purple mushroom. It is darling. With the help of Terry from Trollbeads at Partridge Creek, I was able to choose the most beautiful green onyx stone. I always trust Terry's eye. Like, a lot of times when I'm doing my shopping, when these releases come out, I am working, and sometimes I'm not able to take my break, and I will pretty much just let Terry know, here's my wish list, and I actually trust her pretty implicitly with her taste. She knows my taste, she knows my likes. But I was able to choose this beautiful green onyx with her help and guidance. This Walk the Journey collection does have some beads that are stones plus silver, and I'm blanking on the exact name that I'm trying to grasp for. But there is one with green onyx, there's one with black onyx, and then another one with moonstone. And those still are very much on my radar. I just need to kind of prioritize which order I want to purchase those beads in. But anyway, that is my green onyx. And then for the silvers, the more I saw these silver beads, the more I really liked them. This one here is the Lees of Longevity, And when I looked up the information just now, I saw that this is designed by my favorite designer for troll beads. This is designed by Soren Neeson. And the stock pictures, I think, just originally showed, maybe the bead with the longevity symbol and, some of the leaves. But what really drew me to it is that we have different leaves. Like we have these leaves here, we have the longevity symbol, and then we also have maple leaves. So, I like that there are different leaves as well as the longevity symbol. And this actually is a really nice size silver bead. Look at it next to the green onyx. Like you can see this particular silver has a lot of presence. And so I almost feel like it's, if you're familiar with Thumbelina, I feel like it's a similar size to Thumbelina. And I love my beads that are nature inspired. So when I started seeing this, where I was able to see all sides of it, I just immediately knew that I wanted to include this in my order. So that one was Leaves of Longevity. And then the other silver that was designed by Soren is this one here. And this is called Nature Wisdom. And this one also has the longevity symbol. This particular silver, though, features both leaves as well as these delicate little 5-petal flowers. And loving nature like I do, loving my flowers and leaves, I always look for beads such as this to use on designs. A bead sister on Instagram posted a fantasy necklace design where I believe she used this bead potentially as a splitter. Looking at it, you can see my rod is through the holes, but there actually is like a sizable hole right there that you could also use this as a splitter bead on a fantasy necklace. And I'm actually gonna put the Leaves of Longevity on my rod as well. Like there are some openings that might be sizable enough to thread a chain through, where this potentially would have maybe splitter bead use as well. So, just a thought. I know troll beads, I don't think they are officially calling either of these a splitter bead, but bead sisters are creative and we find creative ways to wear our beads. Here the two are side by side, just so you can see the size difference. So again, this one is called Nature Wisdom. With this collection, there also is the teeniest, tiniest little critter included. And this bead is called Talisman of Protection. It was designed by Louise Rimpler. At first, I thought this was a little hedgehog, but the description of the bead is calling it a little porcupine. So I love my critters. I have a whole bracelet full of critters that I'm gonna share with you once I'm through showing all of these new beads. I have a couple of designs to share with you, and I actually have one bracelet that has a whole bunch of little critters on it, and I think this little porcupine will fit right in because we do have porcupines in Colorado. The little porcupine is all curled up And that is what forms the hole of the bead that the bracelet goes through. And on the back side, we have a little oak leaf, like maybe the oak leaf fell from the tree and just kind of landed and maybe got stuck to one of the quills. Very darling bead, and I love the fact that, you know, we have a decorative element on the back side of the little porcupine, so that whether we're seeing it from the front or back, we can enjoy this sweet little bead. So this one is the Talisman of Protection. And then the last bead that I purchased is this one here. And this is the People's Bead for 2024. This is called Hanami. And this was designed by Stephanie Hu. I'm hoping I'm saying her name correctly. And if I remember the description, it talks about the art and appreciation of observing flowers. In fact, let me bring up the information on the website just so I can refresh my memory, just to make sure I'm saying everything properly. It's really, really pretty. Like this, in my opinion, is a very delicate bead. Like it's gonna look really nice between two glass beads. Like here, it's next to the green onyx, and here, this is a good match. I have the Hanami in between my green onyx and the mushrooms of poise, which is also from the new collection. So you can see it's a really nice little bead to put between two glass beads or a glass and stone bead, just for a little something something between those types of beads. And it does have, let's see, we have 1, 2, and a total of 3 little delicate blossoms. And you can see like the blossoms have just very, very subtle, like little etching, or I don't know if it'd be etching or a hammered out detail just in the blooms themselves, just to kind of give the petals a little more dimension. So that is the Hanami, which is the 2024 People's Bead winner. So there is everything that I purchased with this particular order. Definitely let me know which bead is your favorite. And then what I'm gonna do next is show you a few designs that I have put together. So this design here is probably one of the last summer designs that I have put together that I just haven't had the chance to share with you yet. And I'm going to work from this end to the left so I can showcase everything. Here we have an oldie but a goodie called Dragonfly. And then this is a beautiful bead called Green Desire. This came out with a Christmas collection 2, maybe 3 years ago. And then I have a pink armadillo. And then we have a troll with big feet. And I just love the dichroic glass that he's carrying on his back. And then of course his big feet, which is where he gets his namesake. And then we have a mushroom unique. Like this was before we knew we were getting all the wonderful mushrooms with the fall or autumn collection. This is a wonderful little bead called Clouds, and it is long retired, but it's one of those fun little silver beads that you can kind of put between some glass or stones, and it kind of hugs them but gives them separation. So this little bead here is called Clouds. And then this is the 2024 event bead, and it is called Green Harmony. And it is just such a beautiful wearable green. It is just such a beautiful bead. And the faceting, of course, is rectangular, which is what makes this bead so special. This is Lover's Faith, and I had put this bracelet together kind of to commemorate me actually traveling to Trollbeads, Texas, to meet my friend Ollie for a grand event at that time. And a couple of the beads that I'm using, like it had to, our original bracelets when we kind of put together a challenge had to have like an armadillo. It had to include Lover's Faith, had to include like a Trollbeads Day bead, a troll stone. Like there were a couple of different things that were part of the challenge. So kind of incorporated a couple of those still, just to kind of harken back to that challenge. But this is Lover's Faith, which is just a gorgeous silver. It's retired, but if you have the ability to get a hold of one of these, I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful bead. Here we have Ruby Friendships, which is one of the Trollbeads Day beads from this year. And then we have the Fairy of Nature, and she is just the most darling little fairy. Like, always reminds me of a hedgehog for some reason. I want to call her a hedgehog, but she's a fairy, and she's just got all these cute little curls, and then she has this flower atop her head, and it just looks, of course, like this is a wonderful little bead on a fantasy necklace, but can also be used on a bracelet or bangle to kind of snug up to a stone or glass bead. So that is Fairy of Nature. And then here we have my most recent troll stone that I managed to collect with Troll Beads at South Hill Village during their grand event. This one is more pink. So this is one that I was deliberately hoping that I could find one that was more pink, and I am so happy with this one. This is Flower Wreath, and like looking, let me just grab Hanami real quick. Of course, I realize that they're not together on the bracelet, but just to give you kind of a idea, if you have Flower Wreath, this is what Hanami looks like next to Flower Wreath. And Flower Wreath is one of my all-time favorite little silver beads because, again, I like snugging them in between glass beads or glass and stones. So Flower Wreath is just such a sweet little bead to use. And then here we have one of the armadillos. It was part of a surprise collection, I think, in either 2022 or 2023. This is the Purity armadillo, and this one has pink, and I believe that this was supposed to be more of a white or cream color, but it definitely, to me, always looks like it has kind of a sage green cast to it, which is also just very beautiful. But I believe the description on the website calls it like a cream or a white. So just so you're aware of that. And then here we have a little silver called Ladybugs. And then we have a rose quartz. Another little silver that's perfect to snug up in between glass beads or stones is this one here called Spring Leaves. Here we have another Trollbeads Day bead. This one is the Layers of Hope and Desire. This was one of my special purchases when I went to that grand event in Texas in person. This is a green amethyst, and this particular this is a pendant that Trollbeads has made that has been in the catalog, that the pendant itself either features a citrine or a smoky quartz. And I just pounced on this. Like, this is a green amethyst, and it is just so beautiful. And look at all of that faceting. It is just such a special bead. And of course, it can be used on a bracelet or used as a pendant. And I just remember Ollie and I had so much fun teasing a friend of ours who is a huge lover of purple, who at the time had a huge aversion to green. We were showing off the amethysts that we purchased, and yeah, it was fun. Like, here's my amethyst, and then of course I show her that it's green. So it was wonderful. It was a lot of fun. And then this is a clasp that is a really cool clasp to have in your bead box, because normally, your normal clasp might be this big, but if you ever need like just maybe a little extra wiggle room on a foxtail, just to make it a little bit larger because you have so many beads on your bracelet, this is a really good clasp to have. This is called the Big Flower Clasp, and you can see like on the one end it's a lobster claw. Really easy to wear. Like when I do this, it's really maneuverable. And then of course you have the normal claw on the other end with this lovely big 4-petal flower and leaf detail. Even looks like there's a little dewdrop on the flower itself. So really versatile clasp, especially if you need just a little extra wiggle room. So that is kind of a late summer design that I put together.